Hey everyone, and welcome back to Nerd Center. Today we got another video for you. As you see, for those of you who've seen the channel before, I'm in a new studio. We got a new video for you guys. Something that's been on my mind. I just want to talk about and share my thoughts and my opinions and my just kind of things that I've been feeling about all this recently. And also, before, I just want to do a quick shout out to our subscribers. We just passed 100 subscribers recently, and for a small YouTube channel, that's pretty cool. And we hope to continue to grow and produce more content. The other guys who've helped work on the channel are really instrumental, even if they're not always on camera with me. So I appreciate those guys and for helping to get this channel growing, and we hopefully will continue to do something special here. But today we're going to be talking about what could be controversial, depending on who's watching. Toxic fans. It's a term that's been thrown around a lot in the last recent times, in the last years, with all the different things that have happened, very divisive things. There's divisive things in everything, any kind of thing you want to look at anymore: politics, sports, entertainment, just everyday life. Everything anymore is divisive, with a lot of this being focused in the nerddom realm. And most recently, there's been a lot of examples of people, coming and attacking fans for, questioning studios and different actors and people creatives, like messing with these franchises and properties that we all very much care about. And a lot of people, brand people who come out and speak out against people trying to mess with their fandoms, and they call them all these horrible names, and it's just really gotten really bad. And a couple of recent events have really highlighted this extreme attack on the fans, and that has been with, of course, a lot of people have heard about this criticism with Star Wars and the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and the attack on the fans for criticizing the show and some of the characters in the show. And then, of course, we also have had things like the Buzz Lightyear movie with actor Chris Evans and other people coming out and criticizing people for not liking what they put in the movie or things about the movie, and just coming after fans and stuff, and the people that you're trying to get their money, you're trying to get them to watch and read and participate in these things, and they're going after you, saying you're a horrible person just because you don't agree with them or just because you don't want to support whatever project they've made, and the mockery of some of the franchises that they've done. And so it's really just been a really big attack on the fans, and today we're going to talk about the truth about toxic fans. So as we begin our discussion, let's just look, what do people consider these toxic fans that there are? Because I think a lot of times, a lot of people like myself would probably be considered toxic fans because we sometimes disagree and go against what these studios and these creatives nowadays are doing to a lot of these properties that we've known and loved for so many years. A lot of times, fans are just attacked for caring about things, and very strongly, because if you really are a nerd or into one of these geek cultures for whatever realm it might be, comics or some kind of movie franchise or TV show, whatever your thing is, if you really care about it, you're really passionate about it, then you really care about other people treat it. And nowadays, a lot of these studios and people who are creating them, they just see them as these cash cows that they can use to make money while also trying to push whatever it is they're trying to push. And that could be different things in this day and age, but it seems like anymore, almost everything kind of pushes some kind of narrative, and then people are really getting tired of it. I mean, just look at a good example of this is the new Lightyear movie, which just on its own sounds like a really kind of interesting movie to me, honestly, because I liked Toy Story. I grew up a Toy Story kid. I watched it since I was born, every Toy Story, so like I'm a big Toy Story guy. So yeah, a Buzz Lightyear movie's cool. The old Buzz Lightyear TV show was really cool, but they made out this new movie, and they really it's mostly my dislike of it was because I've kind of disowning Disney, because Disney's just been really crappy to its fans lately in the way that they've been handling things. So I just not something I really want to support. So that's kind of where I turned my way, and I knew that this probably wasn't going to be the Buzz Lightyear movie I was looking for. And then after all that, I wasn't even thinking about the stuff that they put in it at the time. I just like, I didn't really care to go see it. But then, all this other stuff came out, and they're saying that they added in, a same-sex kiss, which was originally taken out of the movie by Disney, but then they decided to put it back in. But why did they take it out in the first place if they're so accepting and proud of it? I don't know. But anyway, they did decide to put it back in after they got griped at by a lot of people who, with the stuff going on in Florida. And so this caused a lot of uproar, and a lot of people are now calling, like Chris Evans, who called a lot of the fans bigots, basically because they were criticized the movie. And I think a lot of people, they're just saying they're just tired of them getting kind of forced in. Like, Disney is really one of the worst offenders in this, just getting kind of shoving in all sorts of things into their movies anymore, and this treating the customers really badly. Really, Lightyear just kind of shows that fans are tired of this, and if they're like, well, fine, you don't want anyone to watch your movie, then we're not going to, and it's really shown in the box office. And then the other big topic that's been going on a lot recently has been with the Kenobi series, and it started surrounding Riva. That's how it all started. Obviously, as the shows come out, and so many continuity errors and different things that just really wasn't good. Like, I didn't watch the show, but I've watched a bunch of reviews on it and the things, and I've seen clips of the show and the fight between Vader and Kenobi. Oh my gosh, it was terrible. And it's just wasn't a good show overall, but this all really started before the show even came out, and before the show even came out, and people essentially were guessing what was going to happen. Like, I even, in my Obi-Wan Kenobi video you can see on the channel that I did a couple months before the show even came out, and I watched the trailer, and I told you, like, that we all knew that it was going to be about Riva. Like, we knew just from the trailer and just from what they do in the past, because they're very predictable. They don't know how to do anything different. They're very predictable. So we knew this was going to really be about Riva, and Obi-Wan Kenobi was going to kind of be his side in his own show. And it was really, that's what happened. And everyone was right. And then so they get mad, and they call everyone racist and all the different names that they come up with. And they showed the screenshots that, she was getting racist stuff. And, I don't think anyone's denying that there aren't racist people. I think there are racist people out there. So that's not what I'm saying. But I honestly don't think the people who cried this have ever actually met a real racist. Like, I don't even think I've met a real racist. Like, they're not that common. So, like, they just cry it because you don't agree with them and because you criticize something that they think you should need to like. And it's not our job to like it just automatically because it's, whatever message you're trying to push. It's like you need to make us like it by making a good story, by making a good character, and that's not what they're doing. And these studios and companies continue to shove all this at us, and we're just sick and tired of it. So I'm definitely not the only one that's calling this crap out. There's lots of people out there. You just got to know where to look, and there's people out there. You're not alone in this, and like, obviously, people are going to come after me or for other people sometimes because they think you're being a bigot or whatever term they want to do, but they mean nothing. Those words mean nothing anymore because they just overuse them, and they just say them to get away with being able to belittle you and to talk down to you because you don't agree with their narrative. And really, other people, they just want to protect what their fandoms are, and they don't want these corporations to come in and just use them as a message. The truth is that fans are genuinely pretty good folk. They're people that are very passionate about a very specific thing. They're sometimes a very niche thing, whether it's comic books or TV shows or movies or whatever their fandom is. And there's something they've invested their time, their money, their love into. They care so much about these things. And so then these people come in outside and try to claim it as their own. And there's nothing wrong with new fans coming in, but they're coming in with malicious intent a lot of the times. And they're trying to push out the fans who made what they're trying to use to make money and push their message great in the first place, by trying to push away those people that started it all. And it's really just stupid that they do that. That they're pushing away the people who make fandom great, and that's the fans. And you can't, none of these things can survive without the fans. The fans are what make this great. And to just call, lump everybody into this group because they don't agree with you, toxic or whatever words you want to use, is just, it's wrong. And then that's what is going on nowadays. So we need to stand up. The people who feel like that their franchises and their things that they love are being attacked and they're being used need to stand up. We need to call out when we see crap, call it out. Like, that's all we got to do. We got to call it out, and we got to make stuff shows them that fans are where the money is. That's where the success is by following the fans, because they're what make things great. And so you can't call them out like that. It's just not smart to do. I know I've just been all over the place a little bit, but it's just like these things kind of been rumbling through my head, and I'm just trying to kind of like convey them out to you all here. Most of the time, the people that are calling the regular fans, toxic fans, are really the toxic ones. They're kind of the ones that kind of like worm their way into fandoms, and they try to like manipulate it and change it to their own agendas and their own views, and they're trying to corrupt what was already there. And this doesn't mean anything about not having representation or whatever kind of messaging that they're trying to push, or different political things or social things. Because really, if you look, fans of these franchises before the people that have them now got their mitts on them, there were fans of everything. Think about Star Wars. Star Wars, the ones that they're claiming that have all the toxic fans. Because there's a lot of things about people talking about toxic fans since probably The Last Jedi came out. Star Wars has been beloved by everybody since the 70s. Everybody from every race and gender and political ideology and whatever other group you want to categorize, they're fans of them before they got their hands on it. And if you think about it, there was, the thing about the representation of Star Wars. There was Lando. Did anyone complain about Lando? No, I don't think so. Mace Windu. Oh, did anyone? No, I don't think so. Finn ever? Honestly, oh wait, someone did complain about Finn. Who complained about? Oh, it was Disney. Disney, right? Did they shrink him on the poster? Really? The ones who were for all this change and progression and stuff? Wow, no. It's not like they did it anywhere else. Oh, Black Panther 2, they hid his face for another country. What? This corporation that's so tolerant and for all this? Wow. It wasn't the fans, it was Disney. So, but these fans of all different kinds love this. Lord of the Rings, translated in so many different languages, loved around the world. And you see the kind of backlash that Amazon's getting for messing with Lord of the Rings. So they mess with the wrong fan group there. Those guys are really going after it. I'm more into the comic sphere, but I'm definitely a Lord of the Rings fan, so it's good to see them standing up for that. And I'm gonna stand up more for the comic stuff. That's my area. And I haven't read any new comics recently. I only read the old stuff mostly, but even before all this started happening, I was really mostly into the old comics. So this is nothing new, but ultimately, you're gonna get people like us, people, if you agree that what's going on, you're gonna get labeled a lot of bad things, and it's all right. It doesn't mean anything. People in the comments or in real life, which is mostly in the comments, not as much in real life, to be honest. They're gonna call you names. They're gonna gripe and say you're whatever. But just stand tall and know there's people that agree with you. There are people, lots of people who just want to be fans. They want to come together and not divide us. And that's what we want. We want to be able to all enjoy this together, everybody. And that's what we're trying to shoot for. And these companies, these real toxic fans, and these creators who are pushing this narrative, and the media and everybody, those are the ones who are trying to divide us, not people like us in this fandom or fellowship, as some of us are in. So keep your heads up and remember that we're stronger together, and we can take our fandoms back from these people that are trying to do this. But anyways, that was just kind of something I wanted to get off my chest. Just been rattling around my head. Sooner we're going to be doing some different type of videos though. So to my subscribers though, since a lot of you subscribed during my Young Justice video that you can see up here, Would you guys be interested in me finishing the show and telling you about it or doing some kind of reaction clip thing to it? Let me know, because I wasn't going to rewatch it, but if someone would be interested in stuff of me watching and checking out and telling you my thoughts on the rest of the season, I'll be happy to do it. I got some other projects in mind. I have a lot of projects that are kind of centered around old superhero cartoons, because that's kind of something I really like to talk about. So maybe I'll be putting out some of that like that soon. But you guys let me know if there's any kind of thing you want me to talk about, or if you would be interested in the Young Justice thing, let me know in the comments. Thank you all for watching. If you like what we do here, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it around, and help us to grow this community and fellowship that everyone's trying to build in this nerddom, whatever you want to call it. And may the force be with you into infinity and beyond. Next time.